say they have seen a gigantic living being, several stories high. We're all going to die. Oh no, but if you can, 'cause Tokyo, Japan is in for big trouble. Looks like Godzilla is real, and once he gets here, he'll induce things to rubble. There's no time to pack. Run and don't look back. Careful where you hide. Many won't survive. By now, he's well on his way, and you're gonna pay if you don't get to racing. Above, up in the skies, we're facing the noise from an alien invasion. Yes, he is destructive, and we hope he won't advance. But as it turns out, he might just be our only chance. Save the lizard, he will make a stand. City filled with screams and deadly laser beams. A full-scale attack. Can he hold them back? This is a dangerous place. The city's a waste. The battleground's epic. Both sides are pummeled and fried with nuclear eyes and death rays electric. Yes, he is destructive. We have seen this in the past. But as it turns out, it's an advantage that he has. Save the lizard, he will kick their ass. Air has gotten thick with broken glass and steel and brick. Aliens are no more. Hear Godzilla's mighty roar. And so the battle was won, and when it was done, he retreated to the ocean. And if we're ever attacked, I bet he'll be back, at least that's what I'm hoping. Yes, he is destructive, partly from gargantuan good. But as it turns out, you know it could have been much worse. Save the lizard, he will save the earth. It seems to me I could do without you, but I'd rather not. I might be okay if you should go, but I wouldn't be quite as happy though. Relationships, they are never easy, but most of the time you don't give me reason to said we're perfect for each other, and I think they're right. If it didn't work. Hey guys, welcome to the live chat. My name is Bryce L. Tomlinson, and today you are here with me on Facebook Live. And I did this on my personal page because I wanted to get a wider audience, but I wanted to let you guys know that this is geared for the BroBryceHealth group on Facebook. I've posted these live videos on the group page many times, and I haven't gotten the interaction that I have on my personal page, but I'll do it here to continue to build the audience. But I want you guys to know that you should be watching over on the BroBryceHealth group, and maybe you could set it up so you have notifications when something happens over in the BroBryceHealth group, and then more of you would see this live thing. I think most of you are seeing the notification when I go live on my personal page, but you're not seeing the notification when I go live in the group, which is not sure why that's happening. But for now, I'm right here. Hey, Lonnie, welcome, Martin. We have Jenny. We have Steve Brady. We have my sister Felicia, Doug Mitchell, and Lily Lempo joined us today. And we'll probably have a few more people. Today is the Christmas edition of our Saturday Keto Chat. And I'm very excited to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Oh, I should probably put my microphone over here so you guys can hear me better. Maybe. Just maybe. There we go. Hey! Anyway, that is the benefit of doing live, right? Is you never know what you're going to see. Later on this hour, I will be giving away one of 5 different books that we have here, and I'll talk about that in just a little bit. But today is my check-in for my BroBryceHealth journey. As I said on my personal page, I am mourning the passing of my weight loss journey. And what I mean by that is that I am mourning the idea of weight loss in that part of my journey. I think that I focused so much of my life on the weight loss journey, and now that I don't really have any more weight to lose, I have to focus on health. So I'm still focusing on the same things. My journey is still going to be about health. And I think that a lot of people think that I focus solely on weight loss, but in actuality, when I started this thing, it was because I wanted to become healthy. I had to do something. I wanted to become healthier. I wanted to improve my health, and I wanted to not, I was getting ready to die of some horrible thing, and I didn't want to do that. So they wanted to put me on statins, and I didn't want to be on statins. So I started this whole health journey because of that. And part of that journey had to be losing weight for me, because I had a lot of weight to lose. I was 285 pounds. I am now 168 pounds. I'm very happy at this weight. I was happy, honestly, at 190 pounds. I didn't feel like I needed to generally become skinny or something. But I am at a point now where I have to continue to be vigorously aware of my health. Despite the fact that I've lost basically as much weight as I want to lose, or as much weight as I think I can lose, I need to continue to focus on health. And that health is basically going to mean that I'm going to keep the weight off, because I'm not going to change the way that I eat necessarily so much, except that I'm going to probably eat more calories than I have.
and more of those calories will be from fat. So someone asked me, what are you going to do now that you've lost all that weight? I said, well, I may or may not restrict my carbs as much as I have for the last few years. And I also may increase. They said, well, you're not going to eat so much fat, right? And I said, actually, yeah, I'm going to continue to eat as much fat, probably more fat than I was, because I need to increase my calories to be in maintenance. I'm still burning more calories than I'm taking in for the most part, because fat is very satisfying. So I actually stop eating when I'm full, but the truth is that I need to eat more calories to maintain. And I find that a low calorie diet typically makes me cold. And I find that when I ramp up my calories, that I don't feel as cold anymore. I mean, I still feel cold where I work. It's still pretty cold in the mornings before they turn the heat on, but I'm not as cold now that I've ramped up my calories considerably. So my job, I generally burn somewhere between 2,400 and 2,800 calories, or sometimes up to 3,000 calories in a day. So I feel very comfortable with just going ahead and eating those calories, and most of those calories from fat, because our bodies need a lot of fat, and we should get our fat from nutrient-dense sources, not refined vegetable oils, not polyunsaturated refined oils, cooking oils, those kinds of things. We should get them from really healthy sources, like what we have from like avocados are a great example of a healthy oil, but also pork chops are a great example of a healthy saturated fat. And so I'm very much pro healthy animal fats. And to prove that point, I went on the bacon experiment twice in about 2.5 months. And today is the last day for all of our family on the bacon experiment, round 2 for me. And I think everybody else is ready to eat something else other than pork and bacon. They're missing their vegetables, and they're missing their occasional sweet keto treats. If any of you guys have any questions about keto, questions about the science, in fact, even if you want to debate about the dangers of a high-fat diet, that's fine with me. If you're honestly wanting to learn and expand your horizons, if you're looking to troll, then maybe go somewhere else. But if you're looking to learn, if you're looking to have great conversation, if you're looking to talk amongst each other with great interest in real health, then so be it. I happen to have improved my triglyceride to HDL ratio. I think it was something like 12-1 was my triglyceride to HDL ratio when I first started out this journey, and now it is less than 2-1. That is, in my opinion, one of the very few markers that you can find on a standard lipid panel. When they do your blood cholesterol, they'll tell you, oh, you have too much cholesterol, but there's not that much information, honestly, about the cholesterol that you have in there in a standard lipid panel. So the one thing that you can take from it is your HDL number and your triglycerides number. If your triglycerides are very high, that is a good, strong indicator that you have a lot of inflammation. And if you have a very high triglyceride to HDL ratio, that is a really, really strong indicator that you have a lot of systemic inflammation going on in your entire body. And those of us who have studied this stuff know that inflammation is actually what causes heart disease and cardiovascular disorders, not cholesterol. So dietary cholesterol has little to nothing to do with problems with cardiovascular issues. And my ultrasound that I had 2/3 of the way through the first round of the bacon experiment seemed to prove that. as did my lipid panels. So my lipid panels seem to look pretty great. I have almost no systemic inflammation. And in fact, when they checked me out for AFib, they said that if you wanted to get the procedure, you basically in such a low risk factor that even if we multiply your risk factors by 5, which is what you do when you have AFib, 5 times almost nothing is still almost nothing. They don't want to say nothing because nobody has no risk factors, but mine are pretty low. And I am gonna check in over here and try to figure out, we've got some people commenting on the other side. So I'm gonna go get my phone. Be right back, guys. Hello. I'm back. I don't have my dual screen set up. I don't have this XSplit broadcaster figured out very well. I've got it figured out well enough to where I can use it to broadcast live, but I really have not figured out much about like getting the dual screen stuff to work. And so let me go in here. And once I get that stuff working, I'll be able to see you guys' comments and stuff elsewhere. Todd Rittell. I'm Todd. You can correct me on my pronunciation if you want. Todd Rittell or Todd Riddle. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas from Northwest Reno. I'm in fact, at the end of this broadcast, I'm going to be performing for you a Christmas carol on my guitar, and you guys can enjoy it or not. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the books that I'm going to be giving away. I still have some books to give away, and I will tell you later on this hour how to get these books. So first one that I'll be giving away is Wheat Belly, and that is William Davis, MD. That's a great book. Tells you a lot about balancing out your metabolism. All of these are thrift store finds, but I will give them to you for free. I'll mail them to you if you're in the US for free. I got the Atkins, New Atkins for a New You workbook. That is to go with a New Atkins for a New You. I will mail you one or the other of these, and you can decide which one. Maybe you already have the New Atkins for a New You. That is by Eric Westman, MD, Stephen Finney, MD, and Jeff Volek, PhD. 3 great guys who know a lot about ketogenic nutrition. This is a workbook that is designed by Colette Hemowitz. And that is to help you log your stuff. This is Gary Taubes' Why We Get Fat and What to Do About It. This is a book written by a very great science writer, Gary Taubes. And in it, it has the actual diet plan written out so that you know what foods are allowed, what foods are on the good list, the bad list. The bad list is basically anything that's not on the list. And tells you how to basically get started in keto. And there's a lot more that you could learn over time, but it's a great place to start. And then there's the pocket version of the same book. And you can get any one of those books, I will be giving away one and mailing it off to a certain person. And I will tell you how to become that person later on this hour. Todd Riddle is the name, I guess. Todd Riddle, not Todd Rittell. I don't know. I get a lot of people that have trouble spelling my name, Bryce Tomlinson. Anyway, I wanted to welcome Joy Petit Mermet. We have Daniel Steele and Becky Mahoney has joined us. Sorry, I'm a little late bringing those in. Welcome to the program. This is a live Q&A session. So just so you know, if you are here, if you're watching this, you're welcome to ask questions. Welcome, Joe Murray. You're welcome to ask questions. I try to keep my end of the chat very ketogenic nutrition related. So keto, low carb, high fat nutrition. I try to keep my end of the conversation mostly based in science. I am not a doctor. I cannot give you medical advice, but what I can do is I can tell you what's worked for me and how I have dramatically improved my life using ketogenic nutrition. For one thing, I don't weigh 285 pounds anymore. For another thing, you know what? I'm going to fix this chat here. Hang on a second. This chat window is annoying the death out of me. And I'm just having a difficult time with it. Let's get rid of it. And we will go to make a new one. And put it over here. Sorry for this interruption, guys. There we go. That is slightly less annoying. Todd, I did put this stream on my live, on my own personal live thing. So if you want to go over to that, that's where this chat window is popping up on the right side. So if you wanted to join the chat over there, I guess you could maybe click on the video or click on the timestamp that's on the video where you've joined, and that will take you to where my to where the actual video is. I had this problem last time too, where I cross-posted the video to my personal page, and then people were on my personal page posting comments, and I couldn't see it in the live chat here. And I like to have it over here because I want to share the chat that people are talking about in on YouTube when I go on there. And welcome, John Donava. I do not have closed captioning, so I'm not sure if you have someone to interpret for you. Dave Rosenboom has joined. Dave from Southeast Portland. Good to see you, Dave. So again, this is a live Q&A session. If you guys have questions, if you guys are interested in knowing about keto, if you have tried something and it screwed up, I would like to help you maybe try to work through that or something. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. I can't give medical advice, but I can tell you what worked for me, my experience, my own personal experience. Love doing that. So what have you guys tried with your diet? What has been your experience? And what are you facing? What challenges are you facing, especially right now with Christmas coming up? Christmas Eve is coming up tomorrow for us. We are going to be doing a keto turkey dinner. Turkey is always keto, by the way. It's very low carb, as in no carbs, and nice and high fat, especially if you eat it with the skin on. So we're going to be eating ours with the skin on. In fact, we're going to have ours with a pork rind breading. And as well, we have a keto stuffing that we've made with some croutons that I made from scratch from some biscuits that I made from almond flour with sage and thyme and parsley and rosemary and lots of wonderful spices, savory holiday spices. And then we're going to have a garlic cream cheese cauliflower mash. And we will have turkey gravy. We will have, we might even have eggnog. I probably will make eggnog tonight because we were going to go to a party tonight, an ugly Christmas sweater party, but it got canceled. So now I'm home and I'm probably going to make eggnog because I wanted to have eggnog this year. And I'm thinking that maybe I may have to enlist the assistance of my wife to go down to the store and pick up some eggnog. Asking her to pick up lots of cream because that is a big ingredient. Anyway, so again, call to action. If you have questions, please type them into the chat there. It'd be great if you could ask questions about dietary approach or anything like that. Be awesome. We'd love to interact. Had a lot of questions the last time I posted this on my personal page. And again, I'll be giving away a book later this hour. So for dessert for tomorrow, I have made a split pie. It is it's a cream cheese, or it's a cheesecake. Half of it is pumpkin cheesecake, and I make an incredible pumpkin cheesecake, by the way. If you haven't had it, it's amazing. Really epic pumpkin cheesecake. And if you want the recipe, just PM me and I will PM you back where you can find some of my recipes. And then the other half is an experiment, and the other half is a bacon toffee cheesecake. And I got to taste the batter last night. It was amazing. Love it. Tomorrow morning for church, we are singing Christmas carols with our church in the morning. What are you guys doing for Christmas Eve and for Christmas Day? Christmas Day, I have off. This is the first year in my entire working adult life when I actually get Christmas Eve and Christmas off and New Year's Eve and New Year's off all in the same year. I don't think I've ever had all of those particular days off. It just happened to fall that way because of the fact that it's Sunday, Monday, and that's the days off that I have set up at work. I am currently working at Sam's Club as a stock person, and I guess they've gotten some new people in to work the mornings, and so they are going to be moving me over to cashier, which will be a big load off of me because my hands are really getting beat up doing stocking. And so I'm looking forward to getting a job as a cashier. Anyway, what are you guys doing for Christmas? Are you guys just lurking? Are you guys able to hear me? I think you guys are able to hear me because I think Todd was saying that I got his pronunciation correct. Todd says he's hearing me. Todd, you should join us over here in the live chat. Jason Pabico. Hey, Pabby, how you doing? I think if you click on the video, Todd, it'll take you over to the BroBryceHealth group where the video is posted. I know you're joined in the BroBryceHealth group, or I know you're watching this on the BroBryceHealth group, but this is actually on my personal page. And over there is where the chat, the live chat is going. I'm still waiting for anybody to ask questions. I feel kind of goofy sitting here just waiting for you guys to ask questions. I'm here for you. Hi, Todd. There you are. Welcome to the chat. I just got some new batteries for these little GoPro knockoff cameras, and I got a whole set of batteries for these things. Yes. Hi, Todd. You are on the right video. And you know what I think is great is these cameras, you know how like GoPros are like $300-400? These are like, these shoot footage that is as good as GoPros, and you can get them for like $60-70. And then you get batteries, like I got a 4-pack of each battery for these 2 different cameras. One's a 1080p camera and one's a 4K camera. And the batteries with the chargers, like 4-pack of batteries with a charger that charges 2 of them at a time, it was like $12 a piece. It's crazy, ridiculous. It's great. I love that you can get this stuff so cheap. I want to use those for my cooking show that I'm going to have on the BroBryce Cooks Facebook page and the BroBryce Cooks YouTube channel. Should have more energy to do that sort of thing once I have my cashier job and I'm not doing stocking anymore. I should have considerable amount more energy to do those kinds of things on some of the evenings. Anyway, how are you guys doing for your Christmas preparations? I know a lot of you do Christmas shopping. My wife and I have a little bit different tradition for that, but what are you guys doing for your Christmas dinners? Is everyone going crazy and falling off the wagon for Christmas? Julie and I, for the last few years, have planned ahead for Christmas events. At work, we had the Christmas potluck. Everybody was bringing in stuff. And I don't really participate in a lot of potlucks because I end up being, here's how it always ends up. I end up being that jerk that brings food that is the only thing that I can eat. A place that sells batteries for 49 cents. Batteries for 49 cents for what? I know the Dollar Tree sells small packs of batteries for like $1. But for the last few years, Julie and I have just tried to prepare ahead for holidays, meaning I remember one time we went out to, in 2004, Christmas of 2004, we went out to my aunt's house, And we took with us a spaghetti squash crisp and some homemade eggnog. And one of the comments that I got a lot was that it's just too much fat. It's a lot of fat. Oh, right. So like alkaline batteries, like AA's, AAA's, that kind of thing. Yeah, these batteries are kind of specialized little 3.7 volt batteries. These little doodads here. And I noticed that one of them was kind of swelled up. And I don't really deal with swelled up batteries because I've just seen too many things get smoked from swelled up batteries. So I decided to go ahead and replace them. Because the camera's about 2 years old and the batteries sat for a while before I used them. So I'd like to make better use. Excuse me, I'm tired. I've been up since 2:30 this morning. My wife is asking how much cream to buy. So I'm just saying maybe a couple. I'm going to make eggnog, which is going to have a mostly heavy cream base to it. And maybe some coconut milk in it as well, but we'll see. I'm going to have to see what kind of recipe I can cobble together from various sources. Maybe kind of a last minute thing. She's asking quarts or pints. Since we don't drink milk per se, because milk is very high in carbohydrate. Milk has lactose in it, which is a milk sugar. It's loaded with it. So you can count on all of that lactose becoming blood sugar, blood glucose, and you will have to have insulin to deal with it. And so things like eggnog can be a challenge. And most eggnog is made with just milk, and then they add sugar and carrageenan to it to make it thick. You don't really have to have carrageenan so much if you have cream, because cream is thick. And cream doesn't have the carbohydrate that milk does. But it does have a lot of fat. Guarantee you that. And it's going to be really good. It's going to be a yummy, yummy Christmas. Anyway, we are coming up on 20 minutes till. So I'm going to clue you guys in for the next, for the rest of this broadcast. You have 15 minutes to tell me that you are interested in the book. If you are interested in one of these books, Why We Get Fat by Gary Taubes and what to do about it. This one has the very simplified eating plan in the appendix in the back. Has some great science writing in it. That's Gary Taubes. You have the pocket edition and the regular bookshelf edition. Then we have A New Atkins for a New You by Eric Westman, Stephen Finney, and Jeff Volek. It's a great diet book. I do not advocate Atkins products, but this particular book is written by 3 great authors that I believe in very much, and I think they really know their stuff. I also don't advocate reintroducing grains into your diet. I have a particular standpoint on grains, and I won't go into that too much, but I don't really advocate the use of grains at all. But otherwise, this is a fabulous book. And Eric Westman knows a heck of a lot more about ketogenic nutrition. So does Steve Finney and Jeff Volek than I do. So I take their advice. You can just say at any point through the rest of this broadcast that you are interested in one of these books. This is also the New Atkins for New You workbook. This is separate. This is Colette Hemowitz. And if you want something to log your food in for your approach on Atkins, then that's perfect for you. This is Wheat Belly by Dr. William Davis. And also, I have a DVD set. I promised I would give it away this week, but I'm going to give it away next week because I have to finish watching it first. But I did get some great information that I'll share with you toward the end of this broadcast about that. So gleaning information. Okay, Todd. Then what you can do, Todd, is just PM me which book that you're interested in. This is Wheat Belly by William Davis. Talks about what wheat has done to us, talks about gliadin turning into opiates in the brain. There's all kinds of great stuff in it about, and Dr. William Davis is a cardiologist, by the way, so he's become very unpopular in his craft for his stance on grain and what the marketplace has dictated is healthy carbohydrate. He is also not necessarily the biggest keto fan. I think he used to be, but he is definitely anti-grain. He basically has taken all grain and unnecessary sugars. Hey, Naya, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Anyway, so Todd, you have the book, being the first person to respond. Go ahead and tell me which book you want. William Davis's Wheat Belly, The New Atkins for a New You, the workbook for The New Atkins for a New You, or Why We Get Fat and What to Do About It, either the pocket edition or the regular paperback. So you can let me know which one in a PM, and I will be sure to mail it to you. Also send me your address where I can mail it, and I will mail it right off to you. I promise I won't charge you nothing. Anyway, so my weight loss journey is over. I have lost 117 pounds, and I have ramped up my calories considerably since I reached my weight loss goal. And I haven't gained a pound since I did that. It's like I started just increasing fat intake daily. And I noticed that I haven't gained up a single pound, adding more fat back into my diet. Now, most of you who have watched me eat, I know a couple of you who have watched me eat at work, and you see that the stuff that I bring is not low fat, but I have increased my fat considerably every day since I reached my weight loss goal. And I'm enjoying that. I'm not quite as cold, although being skinny has the repercussion of not being as well insulated, means you're not as cold. Eric, long time no see, Eric. Eric has joined the stream. Welcome, Eric Jordan of Round To It RC. And we're just in the home stretch, the last 15 minutes of the broadcast. And I promised you guys a Christmas carol. So I am going to do a Christmas carol, and you guys can ask any questions that you want about keto, about nutrition, about any of that stuff. Todd says he wants a New Atkins for a New You. Is that it? A New Atkins for a New You? Not the workbook, but the actual Atkins book, right? Let's make sure I got this right. Excellent. Okay. So you'll be getting the New Atkins for a New You. and that will be mailed off first thing this coming week. Oh, you want the workbook, or you want the workbook, or there's two books. There's two Atkins books. There's one that is the workbook. The workbook is for like the logging, and then the new Atkins for New You is actually the book that teaches you how to do Atkins. So you have your choice between those two books. You have the new Atkins for New You and the new Atkins for New You workbook, which is a companion for this book. This book is useful to people who already have this book, but by itself it might not be quite as useful. Anyway, I'm going to sing you guys a song. I have been working on it a little bit. I'm going to I apologize for the quality of the lav mic, but I'll put it over here. And hopefully I won't clang the system too much. I'm going to turn off the chat window, otherwise we'll capture okay, there we go. I will turn off that one as well. And I'm going to bring up my Open Office. Been working on this there we go. All right, so this is going to be the rough cut version, guys. I don't know how this is going to go, but oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt his worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night divine, oh, night divine, led by the light of faith serenely beaming, with glowing hearts by his cradle we stand. Over the world a star is sweetly gleaming. Now come the wise men from Orient land. The King of Kings lay thus in lowly manger, and all our trials born to be our friend. He knows our need, our weakness.
taught us to love one another. His law is love, and his gospel is peace. Chains shall he break, for the slave is our brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy in grateful, sweet hymns of joy in grateful chorus raise we with all our hearts. We praise his holy name. Christ is the Lord. Then ever praise we his power and glory. The more proclaim his power and glory, evermore proclaim. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night divine, oh, night divine. Well, that was a little rough. I can barely read this on the screen. I got to set up a landscape. I'm going to set up any kind of excuse that I can for having done that quite the way that I did. Anyway, let's bring the chat window back up here. You can see how you guys critique. It'll be fun, right? There we go. Anyway, welcome back to the chat. I promised a Christmas carol, and there you have it. And I know it was a little rough. It'll be better tomorrow when we do this at church. Tim Ruge, long time no see. Tim, we are engaging in my weekly Saturday keto chat. This is about Christmas and keto and doing low carb, high fat. And Tim, you probably are surprised to see me a little over 100 pounds lighter than the last time you saw me. And just so you know, Tim, when I left the post office, I had a lot of chronic pain. And at this point in my life, I have virtually no chronic pain because I have engaged in a very dramatic life change and in changing my dietary approach to ketogenic. I now eat a very high fat, low carbohydrate diet. I do not eat sugars or starches. I do not eat sugars or starches to speak of. I do eat vegetables. Tim Fountain, welcome to the chat. I do eat lots and lots of meat and animal fats and healthy saturated fats, as well as healthy monounsaturated and natural polyunsaturated fats. Naturally occurring polyunsaturated fats are something that occurs, in meat and nature in foods. But
I do not eat refined vegetable oils. I don't eat canola oil or safflower oil or any of those oils that we've been fed a bunch of lies about for the last, 50 years. I don't eat hydrogenated oils, those kind of things. And so because of that, I don't have inflammation. So I don't have a lot of chronic pain. In fact, if I get hurt, a lot of times I don't suffer for as long as I normally would. Or sometimes I would have been injured, but I don't get injured. I don't get hurt. Don't know how all that works, but I know that I don't have the widespread inflammation that I had that used to make me hurt a lot. And it also made me retain water. It made me gain weight because I had insulin running through my blood all the time because I ate carbohydrate all the time. And Tim knows because the last time we got together, it was at a barbecue. And I was very selective about the things that I ate. I didn't eat any bread or any sweets or any desserts or anything. But I am dying to show you guys this cheesecake. Just as a Christmas bonus, I'll show this to you. And anybody that wants the recipe, I will share it with you.
It's so beautiful.
I have this wonderful pie tin, this wonderful pie plate that I got at a thrift store. And it is it's hilariously an apple pie. That's the pie plate. But underneath this is a homemade cheesecake, and it's covered in saran wrap here. Let's uncover a little bit of it so you guys can see what this looks like. So this is a real cheesecake. It's a keto cheesecake. Let's get this light over here. And this half is pumpkin over here. And this half over here is a bacon toffee cheesecake. And I've already sliced it, portioned it out, because we were going to go to a party tonight, but we're not going to go to this party. And but now, look at that. It is beautiful. It smells amazing. And I tell you what, tonight we are going to have some, and it's going to be epic. I can't wait. So I'm looking forward to that. We're going to have that for dessert tonight and tomorrow and forever until it's gone. I'm going to go put this back in the fridge real quick. My voice is still a little raspy from that note. All right. So we're coming up on the closing moments of this broadcast this week. And I want to thank Tim Fountain, Tim Ruge, Eric Jordan, Todd Riddle, Naya, Jason Pabico, Joe Murray, Becky Mahoney, Daniel Steele, Joy Petite Mermaid, Lonnie Coleman, Martin Berger, Jenny Kirkendall, Brian, my sister Felicia, Steve Brady, Doug Mitchell, and Lily Lumpo for joining us today. And I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit of Glenn Case music. We will see you next week, where I will give away another book for free. And happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. And we will see you again very soon. Good night.
Then he won't survive. destructive, and we hope he won't live this. But as it turns out, he might just be our only chance. Save the lizard, he will make a stand. City filled with screams and deadly laser beams. A full-scale attack. Can he hold them back? This is a dangerous place. The city's a waste. Battlegrounds epic. Both sides are pummeled and fried with nuclear ice and death rays electric. Yes, he is destructive. We have seen this in the past. But as it turns out, it's an advantage that he has. Save the wizard, he will kick their ass. The air has gotten thick. Broken glass and steel and brick. The aliens are no more.